Hello, everyone, and welcome to Just Ask Freeman TV. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt, with my special guest today, the one and only Mr. Freeman Owen Jr. Welcome back to the show.
All righty. Thank you so much for having me here.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
You're looking good.
Hey, thank you so much. I feel good, too.
Yeah, living a good life, right? It's a good life, isn't it, Freeman?
Well, I like to partake some of this good life right over to our viewing audience. What are we going to talk about today?
You know, I think we should start off with one of the biggest questions we get is income gaps in retirement, right, Freeman? Because people make income their entire life. They do their 20, 30, 40 years.
That's it.
They get close to retirement. The first thing on their mind is, how am I going to continually get an income?
Exactly. You know, you pull income from all different sources. If you're fortunate, have a pension, Social Security, savings from income-producing assets. So you have to pull income from all these different sources. Let me share with you a common income gap.
Okay.
And folks have come in and they say, you know, Freeman, I'm looking forward to my Social Security. Now I'm 59 and a half, and I don't know what to do to reach that goal of getting my Social Security benefits. All right. And without making mistakes. Well, I've got a solution for that, Paul.
Uh-oh.
Let's suppose this individual is, like I indicated here, 59 and a half.
Yeah.
Now, we know the eligibility age is for 62.
Yes.
I mean for Social Security. Eligibility age 62, 66 and 67, and then finally age 70.
Right.
Now, we don't want that individual, we don't want to give them the call to take their Social Security too soon if they can.
Right.
Say from 59 and a half to age 62, they get their first, or I should say, they start their Social Security benefits. Well, that's a big mistake there. That could be a 30%, as much as 30%, less than what they would receive at age 66 and 67.
That's a big number, Frank.
Yeah. Now, there's a couple of ways we can handle this. Let's say they have qualified money or pre-tax dollars.
Okay.
Now, they can either start what we call a 72T. Now, 72T is where the penalty of 10%, all right, is not assessed, get a payout based on two types of IRS ways of indicating or allowing for distribution from the qualified money. So it minimized taxes that would carry them right on in from the age of 59 and a half to age 66. It's got to be either 5 years, or 59 and a half, whichever is first, okay, or longest. That would create income between that age. That's just using qualified money.
Wow.
All right, IRA dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, or referred to as a SEP,
yes.
systematic payout. So, folks, if you really want to know how to start this, to close that income or bridge that income gap, Paul, what do you have to do?
What?
Just ask Freeman.
Yes, that's what you got to do.
Call
exactly.
us at 1-833-414-7233. Get your consultation, complimentary consultation, and we'll show you how to bridge that gap and minimize taxation too.
Yeah.
All right. So another a way of bridging the gap is to continue to work. All righty. And during the time that you are working, try your best to, or some folks will need their Social Security benefit at age 62.
Right.
All righty. So you can continue to work right on up to that age if you need that income. But the most efficient way is either taking money from your pre-tax vehicle, like an IRA.
Got it.
Now, you cannot do that with the bridge the gap with that employer-sponsored retirement account.
Okay.
All righty. This is with direct rollover from trustee to trustee,
Okay.
already. That is from one company to the other. Retain your tax deferral status, and then open up a 72T.
Yeah.
That allows for you to receive those incomes from that qualified plan, and you minimize the taxes. All righty. It's a taxable event, but it's taxed at your income bracket. It carries you right on into starting that Social Security. That's a good way to close the gap on income.
Yeah.
All righty.
That's incredible. So that's two good ideas.
Yeah. Folks got to call us.
Yeah.
Call me at 833-414-SAFE, 813-414-7233, and get your complimentary consultation. Yeah. Now, don't wait. Do it today.
Do it today. That's important.
Today. All right.
Procrastination. Let's talk about that a little bit. Can we do that, Freeman?
Yeah.
Because I think, probably one of the biggest challenges you see as a planner and helping people achieve their dreams is combating procrastination, isn't it?
Yeah. And I leave that on them. It's to you is to you. Now, that's saying a lot. Folks, I've been delivering quality income planning for 4 decades. Now, let that marinate. 40 years.
40 years, yeah.
You hear me? Now, procrastinators, getting around to it someday. There's market changes, administration changes. I've had the experience where I presented 5 years prior.
Wow.
And Paul, they come up after their resources have dwindled through no fault of their own, market changes. And then you hear the old adage, Mr. Owen, if I just had, well, we can't, if I had done,
right.
We can't wish that back. That's gone.
I can't take you back 5 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have to start from where we stand. Now, I don't get angry with procrastinators. People are people, and they do what they do.
Yes.
But I'll help them from that point.
Yeah.
So that they have that quality care, I call it, where is provide the service. They appreciate the service. I can't recover losses or anything that happened to their assets, but provide that quality service of retirement income planning, and just put that nice 40 years of service in there of experience in helping clients have that peace of mind when it comes to their retirement income.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, let me ask you a question about that, because we're mentioning this and we're talking about, so let me ask you about second opinions on things. How important is it for somebody to at least consider a second opinion? Is it important to get a different objective view of their current retirement plan?
I offer, I often ask our viewing audience, get a second opinion. There may be an alternative there to improve, especially since you're in the distribution stage. And I mentioned that on the show where there's accumulation stage.
Yes.
But I serve those who are 59 and a half, ages 59 and a half, 75, 80, income producing assets of 250,000, $500,000, $1 million, such that we keep that principal safe and generating guaranteed income.
Guaranteed income.
That they cannot possibly outlive.
Man, that sounds good. Guaranteed income. So can you give them a little bit of a nugget, one nugget on guaranteed income? What's one idea they can use to make sure they have guaranteed income in retirement? Because let's be honest, Freeman, a lot of good folks out there, that's their number one fear.
Yeah.
The things that keep them up at night is that money running out.
Running out, and also fluctuating. One day you have 500,000. I can remember a time, I'll look back, let's go back a year.
Okay.
My birthday is February 21. All right, let me put it out there. I saw the charts February 21st to March 13th.
Yeah.
The market dropped 31% in 13 days.
Wow.
Folks were concerned.
Yeah.
If you had $500,000 in your 401k or your TSP, think about that. You lost $156,000. Folks, you need a second opinion.
Yes.
Just call, Just ask Freeman.
Just ask Freeman. Absolutely.
And call us at 1-833-414-7233 and get a tax-efficient report, complimentary, That's all you have to do.
Absolutely.
And then we can help you avoid the ups and downs and volatility of some of your assets.
Absolutely. Because we know like it sounds like a lot of information, and it is. Imagine how personalized it can be to you and your situation. But for that change to occur, it can't be the change you start tomorrow. We know how tomorrow goes. We're busy. We have kids, grandkids, lots of things going on in life. Right now, you're watching Freeman. You're sitting here listening to me. Pick up the phone. Give us a call. 833-414-7233. It's a complimentary review. Okay? We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back after these messages.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Just Gas Freeman TV. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt, with my special guest today, Mr. Freeman Owen Jr.
Glad
Freeman,
to be here
Freeman.
today. Yes, sir.
What a powerful segment on income gap, because I know that's an area in people's lives that they really want to shore up.
Exactly.
Right? They're not sure when to take Social Security. What are they going to do in that gap between pre-retirement and retirement?
Yeah.
Making sure that they have income.
Yes.
But the bottom line is they need to do what?
Just ask Freeman.
That's right.
Call us at 833-414-7233, and we talked about getting a second opinion.
Yes.
Have your own tax-efficient retirement income plan. We'll do it for you. Speaking of income,
Yeah.
pay taxes
Oh, yeah.
now
Oh, well,
or
that's
pay taxes later.
good question.
Folks, you know me. This is Freeman Owen Jr. from Just Ask Freeman TV and JustAskFreeman.com. I've been doing this, helping folks in the community for over 40 years. I want you to let it marinate. 4 decades of quality retirement income planning. So on this segment, we're going to talk about pay taxes now
I like it.
or pay taxes later.
Yeah, because you know, everything comes back to taxes in one way or another, doesn't it?
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Now, folks out there, you've been thinking about, should I take a lump sum from my 401k or my TSP or my 403b? Hold up now. Paul, folks were taking lump sums.
What?
From employer-sponsored retirement accounts. Now, if you take a lump sum, here's what to expect. 20% withholding. And let me define that. 20% federal taxes withheld from that distribution.
Up front, right?
Up front. What if you're under the age of 59 and a half?
What happens?
Another 10% penalty.
Whoa, so we're talking about 30?
30%. And if let's say you have $1 million and you take out, well, I'm going to use this million. I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to buy a home, and that's $300,000, Paul. Do you hear me, folks? $300,000. Now, if you take a distribution, you can also have approximately 60 days to place those funds back into a qualified plan. So you still have to avoid or minimize some of the tax bite. And in order to do this, just call Freeman. Just ask Freeman.
Yeah.
Call us at 1-833-414-7233 or 1-833-414-SAFE.
Yeah.
All right? And get your complimentary tax-efficient report. right? Let me share something else too. Now, now you can defer taxes with a direct rollover, non-taxable event. The best way is the trustee. That's a non-taxable event.
Okay.
All right. You retain your tax deferral. When you come out of, let's say you take the distributions from your, or doing a rollover from an employer-sponsored retirement account, you may have additional options to choose from. More efficiency when it comes to your beneficiaries, to your loved one, and passing that legacy on.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to do a transition here in a few minutes here. We'll be talking about a legacy.
Yeah.
Paul, are you familiar with the Secure Act?
I am very, and there's a lot about that in the news lately, about changes coming.
Exactly. The changes came about when legislation was passed, such that it impact the distribution from our retirement plans, passing on a legacy to our children. All right, grandchildren. Now here's the deal. I'm going to list, or either I'm going to indicate at least 3 changes that occurred with the Secure Act that impacted our legacy and our retirement. All right. And here's why I said pay taxes now or pay taxes later.
Yeah.
All right. Secure Act. I'll just give you a summary. And folks, I'll make provisions so that you can contact our office. All right. Now, the inherited IRA was eliminated last year completely. Let me define what the inherited IRA is all about. The inherited IRA, those, well, first I'll define it. Non-spouses as well as spouses. A legacy can be formed. Let's say, for example, a good example. I used to do so many inherited IRA programs. You have the spouse, husband, gets a lifetime income, lives to, let's say, age 90.
Okay.
Spousal continuation, the wife lives to age 100. What did I say, 95 for him?
Yeah.
Age 100. Then the legacy is passed on to the children based on, and the payout is predicated on the life expectancy of the children.
Okay.
Then suppose we had a child that was 15 years old who received, and then one was 8.
Okay.
We helped the client set up the legacy for the 15-year-old and the 8-year-old, where the 8-year-old would have a longer life expectancy than the 15-year-old. A lot of advisors, sometimes they make mistakes doing that. They have the inherited IRA, the payout is for the 15-year-old, you know, not covering the 8-year-old.
Right.
Our firm delved right into that and avoided that mistake. So there was a multi-generational IRA that's passed on husband, wife, life expectancy,
Gotcha.
children,
Yes.
even grandchildren. Greatest thing since sliced bread.
So they're able to pass that IRA down
Based on,
each level without it being retaxed.
well, that's a taxable event, but it's based on the life expectancy.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, here's the difference with the Secure Act. I won't go into details. There's a lot of different ways the beneficiaries now are structured, but for the most part, the details are in a way that non-spouses, children, grandchildren, mom, dad, nephews, nieces, when they receive that legacy,
Right.
they have up to 10 years
Wow.
to literally empty that qualified money, that IRA or that 401k. You know the consequences of not doing that?
Oh, got to be tremendous.
It is. It's like an RMD. If monies are left in that IRA, okay, after 10 years, let's say there was $1 million there. The non-spouses, kids, grandchildren, receive their payout, and there's $100,000 left. Folks, you want to know what happened? Just ask Freeman. I'm going to tell you right now in this case,
I love it.
there's a 50% penalty
Yes.
like your required minimum distributions for IRAs. That's just a half of it.
So if, again, they have a challenge with their IRA, they need to do what?
Just ask Freeman. Call us today at 1-833-414-7233. That's 1-833-414-SAFE. Get a complimentary consultation.
Yes. Complimentary review with Freeman Owen Jr. The bottom line is the investment of your time. You're worth that. These complimentary consultations are limited. There's only so many spaces available because a lot goes into it. A lot of preparation for you in your future. Again, 833-414-7233. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Unexpected events like a global pandemic can turn our world upside down overnight. They can cause volatile shifts in the market and may cause you to question the confidence in your current retirement plan. As a pre-retiree or retiree, knowing you have a plan that can withstand the worst economic conditions can help you sleep at night. Contact us today for your complimentary review to find out where you stand. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. We're frequently asked where we think tax rates are headed. Most experts agree tax rates will eventually have to go up as our federal debt increases. Without any changes, the government's current plan is set to expire in 2025. Every penny counts, especially in your retirement. Is your current plan efficient and optimized to reduce your tax obligation? Contact us today. Just ask Freeman for a complimentary review. Reach us at 833-414-7233.
Welcome back, everybody, to Just Ask Freeman TV. I'm your host, Paul Gebhardt, with my special guest today, Mr. Freeman Owen Jr. himself.
I tell you, it's really a pleasure to be here. Paul, I've got a couple more items I'd like to add to that Secure Act. If you were born, let me put it this way, if you were 70 and a half prior to 2020, then you know that at 70 and a half, there is a mandate to withdraw monies on an annual basis from your qualified monies, like 401ks, TSPs, and your IRAs.
You talking about RMDs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Required minimum distributions.
Okay.
Now, if you turn 70 and a half after January of 2020, already, therefore, you do not have to take the mandatory withdrawal that the Treasury Department say, hey, look, it's time. I need some taxes now.
It's time to pay me.
All right, let's get after it.
Yeah.
Age 72. So that's a piece. And folks, if you want to know really in detail all the ramifications involved with the Secure Act, just ask Freeman. Give us a call at 1-833-414-SAFE. 1-833-414-7233. I tell you, Paul, that's just two of the items. Age 72, we start the required minimum distributions after January, if you turn 70 and a half, after January of 2020.
Okay.
With the, when it comes to legacy, the multi-generational IRA passed on to non-spouses, it's a different ballgame. It's called the 10-year rule. And there's also a 5-year rule. So folks, if you want to know more on, how, if you have a concern, you say, well, I like to have my, these funds go to my grandchildren, my children,
Yes.
aunts, uncles, nieces,
You want to pass that
whomever.
legacy on. Yes.
Yeah, if they're non-spouses, there's a 10-year rule that could be applied. And there's a 5-year rule, and I can go in detail. So if you want to know more, just ask Freeman. Call 1-833-414-7233. Schedule a complimentary consultation. Do it today, not tomorrow. Do it right now. Do it today.
Absolutely right. Because when the tax bill comes due, the tax bill comes due.
That's
right?
that's it.
You know, and so and this is an interesting part. Let's address that a little bit because you know it's interesting how every topic we talk about in retirement, income gap, 401k rollovers, right?
Right.
Roth conversions, right?
That's a good one.
Inflation, all these things we talk about that's on everybody's mind out there. It's interesting how every bit of this comes back to taxes.
You know what's interesting too, Paul? We pay Medicare tax. It's payroll now.
Yep.
Social Security tax, 35 years, 40 quarters.
Yeah.
Then you file for your Social Security benefit. Now, how do you feel, folks? You paid taxes working. Now you're receiving the benefit. How do you feel paying taxes on your Social Security benefit? That's twice.
Yes.
All right. Now, the breakdown depends on your tax situation, or how your taxable income, or I should say, your tax bracket is individual. But for the most part, if you're single and you earn in excess of $35,000, approximately 85% could be of your Social Security benefit could be subject to taxes. A little less than that, $32,000 per year, is where 50% of your Social Security is subject to taxation. What if you're married?
Yeah, what if you're married?
Okay.
Good question.
Income in excess of $44,000, 85% of your Social Security benefit is subject to. Notice how I said subject to Social Security. You know what, folks? Again, you know Freeman Owen Jr. Been in this great community helping others for 40 years.
Yes.
I want to emphasize that. I want you to just ask me by calling 1-833-414-7233 and get your Social Security report. Schedule the complimentary consultation so you know when to file and how to minimize the taxes. Because the taxes are on Social Security is referred to as provisional income.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I don't have the time in order to give you all the details on that, but I can definitely generate a nice Social Security report. Uh-oh. I think it's that time.
It's about that time. We're getting
I'm
there,
looking
my
at
friend.
the clock on the wall. I can tell it.
Yes.
I just know it.
Time flies when you're having
Yes,
a good
indeed.
time, isn't it?
Yes,
and that's
sir.
the bottom line. You should be having a good time in
Yes.
retirement. One of the ways you're going to do that is make sure you have a tax-efficient plan. Right? You're like me. You've been taxed every time you turn around. You got taxed when you made the money, taxed when you saved the money, and now you want to live. You want to count on this money you put away. If you want that tax-efficient plan, just ask Freeman. He's there waiting to give you that hand. 833-414-7233 to get that complimentary review. Invest in yourself. Invest in your tomorrow. I want to thank you for being with us. Be well and enjoy your retirement.